What's up guys, it's Andy and I have a different kind of video for you today. I am going to go out to the barn and do Elliot's rehab walking on the long lines, but then I'm actually having our old friend Cassidy come out to the barn for the very first time, so it will be the first time that she is seeing the facility, and we are going to cut Elliot's mane, and by cut I mean roach it, hog it. I'm planning on using a comb on the clippers so that there is a bit of length left. What happened is that during about a week ago, there was a storm and I was cutting Elliot's mane. So I cut with scissors, then I go through with a solo rake because he will not let me pull his mane or forelock, and then I go back through with scissors to clean it up. I also have like debulking scissors like a hairstylist would have, and I use that on his forelock. So I needed to pull off some length from his forelock because it's been bothering his face like a sensory issue for him. So I ended up cutting straight across when lightning struck and Elliot pulled away from me as I was working on his forelock. That left him with a bowl cut. I tried to use my thinning shears and go back through with my solo rake, and the power went out. So it's pretty bad. So I've decided, because we can't show this year due to his injury, we are going to hog or roach his mane. He's never allowed me to actually fully like wash the crest of his neck, and it's very gross, and he doesn't like his hair being brushed, and it seems to just cause him more sensory issues than anything. So I'm going to experiment on this off year, and we're going to shave it down, give it a good wash, and put some Equiderma lotion, the chlorhexidine lotion, on the skin and see if that can help with some of his dry skin issues. My other update, without getting into too many details, you can kind of check out my TikTok, but the vet that I used for Elliot's rehab and treatment of his suspensory injury is leaving. It is her practice, but she is leaving it. I'm not sure if she was offered a position for Paris 2024 or what the situation was, but she's basically moving out of state and will not be practicing anymore in Wisconsin. So unfortunately, this leaves only one vet left, and that vet cannot see Elliot until the end of July, when he was supposed to be seen next week, the first week of July. So our rehab routine is going to be off by about 3 to 4 weeks, which is really frustrating for me because our ultrasound that should be next week would have told us whether or not I could start riding him at the walk again. And now I have to wait even longer, and it's very frustrating. And that vet is having a medical procedure done in July and will not be able to do chiropractic work until January of next year. So needless to say, all of us are scrambling to try and find new doctors that will take on chiropractic clients. I'm not comfortable using someone that's a certified veterinary spinal manipulation therapist that's not a vet. I've done that before, and I tried that with Gideon, and there were so many issues I was not made aware of because they were not a medical veterinarian. So that's the update there, and I guess we'll just go ahead and go out to the barn and we'll see Cass soon enough. Let's go. All right, this is what we're starting with. I don't think it looks that bad. Okay, it's bad. Never mind. But the mane looks okay. I did an okay job there, but it's so thick and icky, and he never lets me clean this. Okay, Cassidy arrived early, and so she walked with us, and then I showed her a tour of the place, which you guys can go check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. And now we are going to cut the mane. So Cassidy was kind enough to hold Elliot. I didn't want to put him in the cross ties and cause any undue stress. So the first thing I did was use my standard body clippers and clip his bridle path and his shark fin shoulder. And then I tried my clippers with the comb and it didn't work. So here I am just freehanding it, trying to leave like a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of hair and just making it nice and flat. Up near his ears, it literally was split in half and double the thickness of the rest of his neck. It was absolutely crazy.
Then I started working on his forelock, which I was hoping to leave about the same length, but we discovered that it just has this horrible cowlick underneath, and it looked even worse. It looked like it had a middle part straight down the center, so we took it down to the same length as the bridle path. It was a bit more polo pony than what I was hoping for, but I'm sure it'll grow out soon enough. Then we went over to the wash stall, where I got his mane and crest all wet. I sudsed it up a little bit. He really hates his hair being touched on his neck and between his ears, so I just used a rag between his ears and basically shampooed and rinsed and then dried him off. And he's not particularly fond of towels either, so took my time with the towel and wiped his face a little bit for some desensitizing. And then I went ahead and put on the Equiderma lotion into the crest of his mane, and he was feeling pretty good.
Yep, you're in frame. Cassidy's gonna try a stud muffin. Smells like prunes.
You know, it wouldn't be bad if the texture wasn't there, because I really just feel like I'm eating bird poop.
It's molasses, yeah. Ellie says, give me my fucking juice.
Okay.
Oh God. Spit it out. We're coming, Ellie. We got your cookie. Oh, you look so handsome.
I like it. Oh my gosh.
You look like you're at a horse show.
It's gone.
Yeah. Look at all that hair. Jesus. Okay, Cassidy calls this a horse. Personally, I see a Tyrannosaurus Rex, because like there's the head, there's the little arms and the legs and the tail. But apparently this is the horse head.
This is the head. These are the legs.
There's only 3 of them.
This is the beautiful body, and this is Elliot's luscious tail.
That's thicker than his whole head. All right, it is done. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I didn't get to leave his forelock as long as I did the rest of his mane. The comb on the clippers did not work at all. It came right off. His hair was too thick. And so I couldn't use it on his forelock. It looked worse, longer, than the haircut I gave him last week. So we just roached that down to the skin and then found this huge scar. So he must have had a pole injury or like something between his ears that nobody knew about. And I wonder if when the vet was talking about a hematoma that, I don't know if you saw the TikTok or not, I got really upset with like a vet eval I had from a different vet. She was like, there's a hematoma and he hurt his head and like all this stuff. And I was just so confused. But now that I see that there's a scar there, it's obviously an old injury. So he might have some like calcification up there. But we would have never found it if we didn't roach his mane. And I feel like I have like another piece to the puzzle. So when he gets his new chiropractor, I'll be really interested to see what they think of that spot now that we can see it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and we'll see you guys in the next one.